Welcome back to Studio F on Fast Times with Willy B. We'll be reviewing A Nightmare on Elm Street. That's not what this one's called.
Nope. No, they threw it off for you. This is Freddy's Dead.
The Final Nightmare. Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Hit it, Russell.
Welcome back to Fast Times with Willy B. I'm Willy B. I've got Logan back with me, and we are on to 6 out of 7 as we've got Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare.
Yeah.
They kept the word nightmare in there.
Yeah, this is very much like the, the Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday.
Yeah. What the final... There was 2 of those in Jason. There was Friday the 13th 4, the final chapter.
Yeah.
And then Jason Goes to Hell.
This is the final
And they
final.
still had a Jason. They had 2 comebacks.
Yeah.
So 4 and 9 were not the end because there was a 5 and a 10. But
And
this
then
one,
11 and a remake.
yeah,
We're never going to quit.
you know, as much as some of these movies are stinky, I'll never not be.
Yeah, no, you want it to keep going.
I'll never not be happy to see another one hit in the theaters.
It's been too long already.
Like, we just got a Halloween trilogy, and I'm pumped.
Yeah.
They're already working on another
Let's
project.
go.
Like, you know,
It's annoying that it's been so long since we've had a Nightmare or a Friday.
I was gonna say Nightmare and Friday both are due.
It was like 2009, 2010?
Yep, 09 for Friday and 10 for Friday. Yeah, give me more.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be talking about the 6th installment of this saga today. Cast-wise, we've got Robert Englund back.
Yes.
We've got Lisa Zane.
That's Billy Zane's sister.
Yes. And then we got Sean Greenblatt playing John Doe. I did not realize that John Doe is basically Thanos because his daughter plays young Gamora in Infinity War and Endgame or just Infinity War. But
Yeah, that like flashback.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced.
Yep. And I mean, she's been in more stuff since. Obviously, Barbie is probably
Yeah.
the biggest movie she's been in since. But yeah, I didn't realize that until looking up the cast on this
I was
watch.
like, what?
That Sean Green. I saw Greenblatt. I'm like, that's not a common last name.
No.
Click on him. Father, daughter. I'm like, so he's basically Josh Brolin. No.
But that's a jump.
Right.
What happened?
But a little fun tidbit there. And then we got some other cameos, but we'll talk about them as we go. We'll start with the good. Yeah, where do we want to start? Some interesting kills.
Yeah.
That's
That's what these movies chalk up to. Anyway.
yeah. Some of these movies, as they get a little lackluster, at least you still get some fun, creative Fred. You know, being Fred.
Mm-hmm.
And this one for me, my favorite kill in this movie probably would go to, why can't I think of his name? The ear kill.
Oh, it's kind of a generic name.
I was gonna say, is it Carlos?
Carlos.
Because Spencer is the one in the video game.
Carlos. It's
Yeah.
Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos, his kill, just because he toys with him for so long.
That is so good. There's some Looney Tunes logic in it still.
Yeah.
But like, there's good graphics on that.
Yeah.
And I like Carlos alone for the map scene. Like,
Yeah.
what does the map say?
Yeah, and he's like...
Map says we're fucked.
Yeah, I love that. But the Carlos kill, like, it's an extended kill. Because you get him cutting his ear off.
He takes his time.
The Q-tip through both sides. You get...
Like, shouldn't he just be dead now?
Yeah, you get... And then from there, you get the pin drop scene, which I think is really cool. Because he catches the one... And then he drops like 50 of them, and it's like sounds like bombs dropping in a war movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there you get the, and he's like, he's doing his thing with
Head
it.
bubbling up.
Yeah. What a scene. That
Weird logic with that though, because this is like the first one when like the bodies disappear. Like Carlos's body they can't find him.
Yeah.
He's just gone. He ends up being in the TV, which is, I think that's Dreamnight logic still though. So like,
Yeah.
Where is he? I don't know. But the TV fills up with blood.
The rules get a little weird in this one. We'll talk about that later. But nonetheless, the kill is cool.
Yes.
The Spencer in the video game is fun.
The power glove.
Yeah. That's when they start to lose me.
Yeah.
Before Maggie and John join the dream, I was really enjoying the video game kill, the video game stuff. So I'll put that part of the video game stuff in the good.
Okay.
Blood TV, also in the good. I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool.
Gotta talk about the TV. Kids, somehow his marijuana must have been like laced or something, because he's having acid dreams even though it's just weed. So I don't know how that tracks, but we're still in the good. Like, he's tripping and he sees Johnny Depp in the TV.
Yeah,
talking.
Glenn makes his return.
Yeah, well, this is your brain on acid or whatever.
Yeah, and it's eggs on a frying pan.
Yeah, bonks him with it.
Yeah, gotta love seeing Johnny Depp, man.
Yeah, no, I wish he. Like, I know he had more important things to do or whatever, but it would have been cool if he could have came back more. Yeah,
he was one of the ones that went on to do some, pretty big stuff. I mean,
you probably, if you haven't heard of Johnny Depp, like, what?
Yeah, after 84, what came next for Johnny? Would that have been Edward Scissorhands?
Yeah, I mean, I know that's the 80s. I don't know exactly what.
Is that late 80s or early 90s? That might be 89.
Heck, you're probably.
It might be 90.
It's like on the bridge.
So he definitely did something before that, but 90s was loaded, Johnny. I mean, you got Blow, you got...
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood, you got... What's Eating Gilbert Grape? You got Sleepy Hollow. I mean, we don't really have to keep going about Johnny Depp because
you know who Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is the man. He also had a great 2000s, but anyways, still a cool cameo nonetheless for sure. I'd put that in the good as well. Other things in the good, I don't know. What do you got?
Trying to remember the kills here because that's like the only hope we have. Oh, the only other kill is John Doe, and that's not the best one.
It was the John Doe kill is not good when it happens, but the aftermath of seeing like the holes bubble.
That's good.
That was cool. I don't hate the final showdown in this movie.
Okay.
Like I like I don't want to get this confused with I like the storyline of the father-daughter stuff.
I'm okay with that.
I like the fodder. I like the fodder. The
Hello,
father versus
hello,
daughter
father.
stuff at the end. I enjoy.
Okay.
Her getting her redemption arc, I guess.
Yeah. You want me to ruin that?
Sure.
I can ruin that. It's awful.
Ruin it.
Have you... I mentioned it before, but have you read the Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash comics? Okay, so in the second miniseries, they bring his daughter character back, and they...
sleep together.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, they ruin her.
Like Maggie, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ruin that character.
That's no fun.
No.
I like Lisa Zane.
Yeah, no, she does a great job.
Yeah.
And thank God, at least like in that book, daughter doesn't look a thing like her. So it's like I can
separate them.
over there.
But that might be it for me in the good.
All right. Well, my first meh thing is I'm going to comment on something that I messed up then.
Okay.
At the beginning of Freddy's Dead, when John Doe breaks out of Springwood into like the bus scene, whenever there's that creepy dude trying to give him the ticket, that is Bob Shay, which is not Lin Shaye's husband. That is Lin Shaye's brother.
Yeah.
So Freddy might be into some weird stuff, but I don't. They're good people. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So the meh.
The whole rest of the movie. No.
This is a lot like Dream Child for me.
Yeah.
Where most of the movies probably in this meh into the bad category. It just it's starting to track on too long. I would say the Power Glove is where I'd put it in the meh. Because I didn't hate it, but I'm like, they started to lose me there on that kill. I'd put the characters in the meh.
Okay. I like I don't remember her name. The Take No Nonsense girl.
Yeah.
I like her.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't dislike her. But in this movie,
I like Carlos.
I was going to say Carlos is probably my favorite, but this is like this is probably the only movie where I'm like, I don't really care who dies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in the first movie, you're rooting for Glenn and Nancy.
Yeah.
In the second movie, you're rooting for Lisa and Jesse.
Yeah.
And Grady, honestly.
Yeah.
In the third one, you're rooting for the Dream Warriors.
Everybody but that nerdy D&D.
That's what I mean. In all these movies, they made the kids pretty likable and emotion. They had a lot of emotion. Yeah. This movie, I just felt like the kids were flat, and I'm like, if they get picked off, it sounds horrible to say because they're teenagers. Yeah. But it's like, if Freddy wins, it's whatever.
But we know he won't.
Yeah. So because the movie title.
Spoiler. Right.
And I think that's what also sucks is that there's only, what, 2 kills in this movie? 3 kills?
3, I think. Yeah, they did that again.
And it's with the 3 characters I probably did like the most.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
There's one thing I can comment for the tone of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
This movie's tone is a lot more oddball than
Yeah.
the rest of the series, and I looked into that, and the reason why that is at this moment in time, Twin Peaks was a huge deal.
Yeah.
So they were trying.
They reference Twin Peaks in it, don't they?
Yeah, like minorly, but yeah. They're trying to Twin Peaks it. They're trying to David Lynch this, and you're not David Lynch.
Yeah.
So it just comes off weird.
Yeah.
They're trying. It's not perfect.
I'd put them first getting back to Springwood in the med too, because I like the aspect of like, okay, Freddy's annihilated all the kids that's possible,
Yeah.
but it's just so over the top.
Yeah, which
That
good.
I'm like-
That leads right into some of my bad. If we want to get there eventually.
Yeah, we can move to the bad here in a second. I was gonna say, let's just go to the bad. Why is the town still having a fair?
Yeah, well, they're all crazy people. They're all nuts.
Where's the money coming from?
Yeah, I know. Only like it's just like plyboards, like
Yeah.
pinned together. It's crazy, but we get 2 celebrity cameos during this.
We do.
Did not need to be here at all with Roseanne Barr and Tom Arnold, like because
Yeah.
they have anything to do with anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other things in the bad.
And I'm glad that Freddy vs. Jason completely retcons this.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, things got a little weird there for a minute, but we got it on track and everything's okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say for the bad too, the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
The way it like pops up, like no kids left. It feels very like spy thriller.
Yeah.
It's like got a location marker. I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on?
I'm not sure. We kind of differed on this opinion before, but I think that is the first time that they specify that Springwood is in Ohio.
It might be.
I don't know, but that's the first time I noticed it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It very well could be.
okay.
It could just be me imagining it. Like I said that. I don't know for sure when the first time is, but it might be right here. But yeah.
Another bad, the 3D glasses. You're gonna
Yes.
make a movie. You're gonna make a movie 3D, and it's like the last 10 minutes of the film.
Yeah, and I hate the 3D glasses too because like all of a sudden these 3D glasses have all the powers and Dreamland. It was just a
And the Dream
weird,
Demons, they retcon Freddy's origins in this.
Yeah,
which
it was
is
a weird throw in. And then I guess it's probably more of a meh, but the father-daughter storyline, I don't want to put it in the bad because there is elements I like of it. Like I like the scene where the mom finds the stuff going on, but at the same time I'm like, this is just weird.
Yeah, fair. But
It's like a stretch of a film.
but I keep forgetting good things. Maybe I like this movie more than I think I do. I don't know. It's weird. But with the flashbacks, we get to see a lot of Freddy's origins.
Yeah, that's what I
Which is-
mean. Like
that's-
seeing that stuff was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
Well, like Alice Cooper was his dad, so
yeah,
that's crazy.
anything else?
Mm-mm.
So we can hop over to our final thoughts and ratings. What do you want to leave off with? Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. What do you give it out of 10?
I'm gonna go with a 6 again.
Okay.
It's not perfect. There is a lot of fun to have here.
There is.
You just can't take it too seriously, I guess.
Yeah. For me, I'll probably stick with a 5 as well. Just a lower 5, I guess. If I was doing halves, this would be like probably the perfect 4.5. But I'm gonna land on a 5 because, like you said, there is fun to be had. The scenes alone where we're just, chaos is going on in the Elm Street house that we revisit at every movie. That stuff's fun. It's got a decent third act showdown. It's just goofy. It is, and it's a mess, just like the 5th one.
Yeah,
But
more so.
I've seen much worse movies, in my opinion, than
For sure.
the Nightmare franchise. To me, I mean, we just talked about the 2 lows for me,
Yeah.
except for the remake, which I know how you feel about that. We just talked about the 2 lows, and there's still movies that I would throw on before. After rewatching them, because I gave this a 4 the first time I watched it too. After rewatching them, I was like, I enjoy those 2 movies more than I remember.
Yeah.
So it's probably good I revisited them.
I'm glad they exist.
Yeah. Like, it's, to me, 5 and 6 are a lot like Resurrection. Is it a good movie? No. But it's fun.
Okay.
You don't like Resurrection at all, by the way. You said that.
Yeah, this one, I like both of these movies a lot more than that.
Okay.
For me.
That's fair.
You're allowed to think differently.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's but yeah, they're fun. They have their spot. Yeah.
We want to continue that tangent though. I like H2O even less than Resurrection.
I might agree with that.
Yeah.
We're both not high on H2O. I think 2018 is a much better blank years later movie.
Yeah, yeah. The only bad thing with that was Spartane.
Yeah. That'll do it for the Final Nightmare Freddy's Dead. Logan, thanks for coming on. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you're watching, check out some other videos. Hit the subscribe button or follow the social links down below. Check out Outsiders Cosplay and Logan's Instagram also in the description below. And we've got one more coming your way. We've got Wes Craven's New Nightmare coming right after this. So stick around. We'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.